fortnight of Super Bowl week is over, and away we go in Super Bowl 58. Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4. At their 40.
They run out of the gun with Swift. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Tackle made just shy of midfield. A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 3.
He'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to have the Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of the Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle is going to be made at the Patriots' 12-yard line. A good pickup there, 22. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Dietrich Wise Jr. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they took the shot, didn't get it, and there's definitely a difference here because they had a chance to get 7, maybe 8 if they pushed it. Instead, they'll likely settle for 3.
Yeah, opening drive, holding into 3 psychologically, maybe a win for the defense.
Makes the score Falcons 3, Patriots nothing.
Not a touchdown, obviously, but playoffs, you're on the road. At least you put something on the board.
I would agree with that totally. You're not exactly sending a message to the opposition, but you are letting them know that you came to play.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. So here come the Patriots now to take over on offense. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership, that's what he's trying to accomplish.
That throw by Brady incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, and now it's second down.
Brings up second and 10.
Throwing again, Brady. And that'll be incomplete.
Pass incomplete on the throwaway. Brings up third down and 10.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle around twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Brady. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough, and it'll be 4th down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
The Falcons send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. They trailed early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Sony Michel, his first carry. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
It's 2nd and 8.
Open man is Jacob Hollister. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Brady now on 1st down. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. That's caught by Hollister. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
To Jacob Hollister. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6. At the Falcons, 40.
Brady to throw again. He'll get this underneath to Michel. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 29-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
They've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Brady now on first down. This one caught by Ridley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down.
It's a nice completion and a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And Matthews has it right side. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up fourth. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
On now, Tucker McCann. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt.
34-yard attempt.
McCann's kick up and good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or in this case, a field goal.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Now a handoff here to his running back. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up second.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
Chase Winovich brought him down. It's a gain of 5. Brings up third and 2.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line.
First and
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
So first and 10 now from the 30. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. 2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for first and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
taken down at the 43-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8.
They'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 41-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. From the gun, here's Swift. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Josh Uche.
The number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
1st and 10.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. This time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 12-yard line.
On 2nd down, Michelle. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 4 catches already here in this Super Bowl. He's got another 1st down.
I get a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Brady. And that's incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. New England on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
Now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 18. Pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
And now out come the Patriots. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And get that to Michelle, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover it before he gets going?
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And 7.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. The 3rd down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage. McCann's kick up and good. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead.
6. Falcons 3.
So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
It's a pickup of 17 on the first down. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
First down, and they go with Swift again. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
So right now what I'm seeing an offense is just firing off the ball. How quickly they can react. And not only that, they're sustaining the blocks too. I'm seeing guys get 6-7 yards downfield before there's even a hint of contact.
So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to take this down close to the 1st as he's brought down at the Patriots 31. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
Gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the Patriots' 16-yard line.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
3rd and 8.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And the Falcons are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Another shot from the one on 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
They'll run with Swift. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Falcons have retaken the lead. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And he's got it as the lead is now 10-6. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And no chance to get away as they'll give him down at about the 17-yard line.
17-yard line.
Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? 2nd quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. 2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Brady. Caught right side, it's Snead. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. That's into the hands of Pascal. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. A 9-yard pickup, just 1 yard away from 3 consecutive first down plays. This is 3rd and 1, very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Into the four-seam completion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away. An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Throwing on first down is Brady. Brought in left side by Snead. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing again on second down. Brady. And his throw here is incomplete. A third field goal in the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on third down. Again, they'll throw with Brady. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Patriots moving quickly, hustling up to the line. Again, it's Brady. This will be caught at about the 6.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
No! You gotta do a job, man!
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's first and goal. Now Brady again. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Jacob Hollister as the first half is winding down. And the Patriots have retaken the lead. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Now the try here for the point after. And this one's right there, and that pushes the lead to 13-10. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. Look at him go inside the 30. He will take this all the way. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. And his kick is right through. A spectacular return of 96 yards. Great blocking in front of him on special teams as well as he takes it to the end zone. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From the 6. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. It's been a tremendous season from beginning to end. And now we'll play one half of football to decide who raises the Lombardi Trophy. And for the call, let's get it right back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. New England trying to get a place on offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason they're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Brady gives to Michelle. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
43-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd.
From the gun, it's Brady. Incomplete, almost intercepted. They haven't picked him off yet. Would have been a great time for the first, but instead it's 3rd down.
And 9 yards.
He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
And this will be taken at the 13. Called out a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward.
That's a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on a little bit more.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. It's complete. Javon Wims, the open man. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one better than 20 miles an hour. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. And to give this time to the tailback. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. Calling a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Javon Wims there to make the grab. And the Falcons push further out in front. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him, because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Coup for the extra point.
Point after.
And that one pushes the lead up to 11. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. the chalk of the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Now comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game. That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Now a first down carry. It's Michelle. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Brady over the middle, and it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on 3rd down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
46-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Dante Hightower on the stop. 4 yards on the pickup.
They go back to the ground, this time Swift. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's Swift. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. A 50-50 ball here. It's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We're holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
They'll try to get this offense going with Michelle. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
And it's Michel once again. And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. Fortunate to get that football back. As trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. Taking on the midfield logo. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. The throw over the middle, taken in, and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a 1st down. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. And a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it solid because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this carries into the end zone, and this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
To the sideline and incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and...
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Brady. And that is incomplete. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll come on to kick for a sixth time tonight. Taken in at the 22. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And out will come the offense as they take over. And here now come the Falcons. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little.
It's caught inside the 25. And he gets this deep into Patriot territory. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 52 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
2nd and 12. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Javon Wims, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here comes Tom Brady and the Patriot offense back onto the field. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27.
Well, you're trailing. It's the 4th quarter, and you've got to throw the football. But the defense knows this too. So they're just going to sit back, bring in an extra defensive back or two, the old nickel or dime strategy, Brandon, and wait for you to put that bad boy up for grabs. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off. He's able to get 6, a nice pickup down to the 21. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. The Falcons on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
63 yards receiving for him now, and that last catch good enough for a 1st down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
Now young Wick for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the Falcons score to cap it off. The kickoff unit is out on the field and they will send this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. And their Super Bowl hopes are dwindling here in the 4th. That AFC crown from 2 weeks ago starting to seem like a distant memory. And this one just has not gone as they had hoped. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. A good throw here finding Pascal. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards the gain there. Second down.
At the 28-yard line.
Brady now to throw. Incomplete.
Brady's back.
New England on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 7. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
At the 47-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Brady to throw again. That's caught by Hollister. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. That catch good for only a couple.
Fumble on the play.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Falcon territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. From the gun, Brady. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Brady. And down he goes. The second back right around the 41-yard line. Lorenzo Carter. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Tough spot for the Pats now after the sack as Brady will lead them up 3rd and long. Brady going to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. And this is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
On the ground is Michel. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the gun on 3rd down, Brady. This will be caught just inside the 10. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to make it 4th down. They're running it. It's Michel.
A short gain that doesn't get him the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it.
The play is a turnover.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created a push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Broken tackle. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8. Now a carry for Swift. And he'll be brought down shy of the 1st down marker at the 11. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
A gain of 5. It's 4th down.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. On the punt, a return of 4, and the Patriots take over. New England trying to get a place on offense, and it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Brady, and it's incomplete. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Throwing again, Brady. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Zach Pascal, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Here's Brady to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Marlon Davidson. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. The Pats do snap it. It's Brady. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. We've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Dante Hightower on the stop.
Hightower on the stop. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7. At the
On 2nd down, Swift. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. The Falcons on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5.
They'll set up to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Makes the score Falcons 48, Patriots 13.
So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. Brady and the Patriots now 1st and 10 at their own 24. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Brady again here on 2nd and 10. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up near the 34. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
Here's Swift. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised him a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped him well short of a 1st down.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, They need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
One final try now for Brady. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. And it's over. The Lombardi Trophy belongs to the Falcons. Yes, the Atlanta Falcons are the Super Bowl champions. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.